I'm going to show Mason a car, and he's got to guess what cover it was on. Eliminator Hot Rod.
What brand is that? Is it a brand or is it a...
It was a custom one-off. It might have started as something specific. I don't know what it was.
What is that graphic on the side?
It's yellow and black stripes.
Is it stripes or is it letters? I think I know what it is.
What is it?
Is this the ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man, whatever? Well, I don't know the name of the album, but what's the name of the album?
Eliminator.
Oh, Eliminator. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm shocked you got that.
Yeah.
Way to go. I am so surprised.
I recognize the stripe on the side.
Isn't that cool, though?
I was like, that looks like the ZZ Top. Yeah. But then I was like, oh, there's a hot rod on the front.
I'm so impressed you got that. As graphics go, this is pretty subtle. I was sure you were going to miss it. I'm really impressed that you got that.
It stuck out right away because I have 2 songs from that album on my cruising playlist.
Oh, so you see that album cover.
I see it all the time. Were it not for the graphic, I would not have gotten it.
Well, good for you, dude. That was impressive.
Welcome, everyone, to the Bose Bros podcast. I'm Mason.
I'm Jordan.
And today we're going to start off with the news. You want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about what we're looking at?
Yes. So this is just an image for you to look at while I explain all of the changes in the industry right now around this. This is just a AI-generated image, so don't take what it says on this picture for law. But you get the basic idea of an extended range electric vehicle. We've been over it 100 times. Briefly, you have a gas engine, so you carry your range around in gasoline instead of carrying around an electric and in batteries. So you can use the drive from an electric motor and the range from a gas motor. Ends up being way more efficient than both. So who's jumping on board is the question. Now, not that long ago, 4 or 5 episodes ago, we were talking about who's on this train. Edison and Dodge with the Ram. That's it.
And Scout, technically.
Well, no, like 5 episodes ago? This is 5 months ago? I mean, maybe they were, but like it was not. We were talking about how this is so limited. Very, very few were on this. And that Stellantis was ahead of the curve on something finally. Mm-hmm. And now I want to tell you who all is moving to some form of EREV in their lineup. I wish I remember the website. I think it was Consumer Reports is estimating by 2031, 20% of automotive sales will be EREV, which seems pretty early to make that guess. Right? But anyway, they are predicting that every major manufacturer will have an EREV available. And this is part of the reason why. So Stellantis will have the Ram Rev, they'll have the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and presumably they'll have the engine option for the
Ram Charger,
which will get the Ram Charger powertrain that was supposed to be in the Ram Charger.
But all come full circle.
Yeah. Oh my! We won't rehash that. Okay, so the Ram Rev, the Ram 1500 Rev, the Ram Charger, and the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, at least in Stellantis' lineup, are going to go the way of the EREV as an option. Volkswagen Group has started Project Trinity, which is a really cool name. It's the development of a new EREV platform, ground-up EREV designed. Like they've done ground-up battery electric platforms, but this is ground-up EREV.
Is that what Scout is based on?
It might be, but I know Scout is owned by Volkswagen. But this is presumably to replace the Atlas.
Okay. They're large SUV then.
Right.
Okay.
It's a large crossover, they call it, but it's 3 rows. Toyota, they have a new EREV platform in the works, confirmed, and it will, but the part that's not confirmed is that it's going to be for the Tacoma and Tundra to compete with Ford and Dodge's offerings at 700-mile range. Mm-hmm. Scout, the Traveler, and Terra are both going EREV. And like you mentioned before, we have 80% of sales are going to EREV instead of to battery electric.
I'm going to talk more about this in a minute, but it's now surpassed 90%.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, it's just better. Mm-hmm. Ford, the F-150 Lightning has shifted from battery electric to EREV. Edison Motors obviously has the semi-trucks and the pickup kit. I will talk more about the pickup kit in a minute. The Nissan has the Rogue e-Power, same idea. Hyundai is developing a universal EREV platform for their larger SUVs. That includes Genesis is going to have the GV70, GV80, and then Hyundai is going to have an EREV version of the Palisade and Santa Fe. So their larger SUVs are all getting this treatment. And then Honda, this one's rumored. This one's not confirmed. Everything before this has been confirmed, unless I said specifically it wasn't. The Zero Series SUV platform, I imagine named that because it was going to be a battery electric platform. Right now, Honda sells a battery electric vehicle, but it's actually just a Chevrolet.
The Prelude.
The
Prologue.
Prologue. Yeah. However, they don't have their own battery electric platform. They were developing that, calling it the Zero Series. That's now shifted, rumored to have completely shifted. It will at least partially, but rumored to be completely shifted to EREV, where they're just not doing a battery electric, which is different. A lot of these companies still try for the battery electric at the same time. Honda's like, if that's the way this is going, we're not doing any battery electric. We're doing all EREV. So everybody's jumping on board, just like we predicted. It's the best way to go. Mm-hmm. It's the best of all possible worlds. Lower emissions. I can go over on and on and on. You can look at any one of our other videos for us to talk about EREV stuff. But we'll move on to the Edison thing specifically that we haven't talked about much. So Edison has been in development for a pickup truck kit, and they have a couple of goals here. One is that they want to make the kit half the price of buying a new truck. That's the goal. If you have a truck and you want it updated, whether you have an old square body Chevy or a 90s Ram or whatever, they want you to be able to buy the kit for half of what it would cost you to buy an equivalently performant truck. Most trucks that can tow 14,000 pounds or more cost
80 grand, 70.
They base models around 50, depending on the brand, but they trade hands in the high 60s generally because of the options and whatnot. So we're talking about a $70,000 truck. If you could get the performance of a $70,000 truck, it's basically a resto mod kit. If you think about it that way, and you say it's 35 grand, how much does a resto mod cost, Mason?
A lot.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So this price, so if you're assuming that the truck's 70 to 80 grand, the kit would be 35 to 40 grand. Does that include them upfitting it, or they just drop everything off at your doorstep?
That's all in.
Okay. So you
drop
the truck off.
They have, they're building a network of certified installers.
Okay.
Where they can do the proper instruction, and then basically they just have someone show up either remotely or in person from Edison, probably in person for the first quite a few, to work out any software kinks. And the big change that they've gone through, they just announced this on DeBoss Garage, which is a sister channel to Edison. And DeBoss Garage has been heading up all of their small truck platform stuff. And on a live stream, they were the guy who runs DeBoss Garage was like, "Oh yeah, we're talking about making this a little bit more modular." And then Chase was like, "No, we're not. We're building our own chassis. It's going to be faster. It's going to be easier. It's going to be cheaper. We decided we're just doing our own chassis."
Their own chassis for the small truck?
Yes. So you just show up with your truck. The body gets
What's even left?
The body gets picked up and put on the chassis.
So this would need to be like more of the heavy duty trucks then, because
Right.
those come off the ladder frame chassis and you drop it on.
Yes, and the nice part about this, it's basically the same idea as like a skateboard platform that a battery electric would have, except that you can run this thing for, those big cherry picker trucks that electric companies use to work on power lines.
Yeah,
you could put that on this chassis. You could put anything you want, because it's going to be built for a 3/4 or 1 ton truck. And I haven't gotten to the nicest part about this. Now, what's the horsepower on the 6.4 2500 Ram?
the Hemi.
Yeah.
In the truck application, it's like 470, right?
Yeah. What's the horsepower in the 6.7 diesel?
Like 350,
410.
410. Okay.
In this, they have two options. They have a 350 or 500 horsepower option. With the 500 horsepower option, they're shooting for 20,800 Newton meters of torque. And what is that in foot-pounds? That is 15,300 foot-pounds. And my first thought is probably the same as your first thought, which is that's with gear reduction.
Right.
One of their big advantages here is that they aren't running an electric motor lengthwise down the truck. And you might think it doesn't matter, but it does. If you're running an electric motor lengthwise down the truck, then it has to go through U-joints in a drive shaft. What they've got is essentially a miniaturized version of their train axles that they put in their semi-trucks. So the power is being generated in the same axis as rotation like a Tesla motor. A lot of these other companies, they're putting an electric motor generator on the back of the standard engine and just running it from there. Not for EREV, but for hybrid and whatnot. And the problem with that is that if you give your driveline the torque that thing will give, you snap U-joints immediately.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of how much power the torque the electric motor has. It's how big of a U-joint are you willing to put in, and how big of a U-joint are you willing to explode if something...
You're going to lose power by fitting a larger and larger joint there, right?
And, well, more than that, it's rotational mass, it's complexity, it's cost, but it's also throttle mapping. That's why you get some of these electric vehicles, these hybrids with a sandwich motor, where you hit the gas and you don't get the instant torque that you get from an electric car. That's why these hybrids can't do that, because it would just shatter components.
It has to ease into
right. Well,
power.
When it's coming directly out of the motor and onto
right
the
into
hub,
the wheels. Yeah.
my thought is, where's the gear reduction?
Mm-hmm.
If there isn't one, and again, I'm not an expert on this, I've just watched a lot of their videos, and maybe I missed something, but if I'm right, that's 15,000 foot-pounds with no gear reduction.
That's 10 times what the highest end Super Duty truck could achieve.
Yeah.
More than.
Right. And again, I could be wrong here, and I would love to have someone correct me, because maybe I'm not understanding. I think the motors are in line with the axle, and if there's no gear reduction involved, 15,000 foot-pounds of torque doesn't even seem possible in my mind.
Yeah. I think things would start breaking at that point, right? Like your wheel hub or
Right,
your,
like all kinds of stuff would just shatter. So there's got to be some kind of gear reduction I'm just not aware of, or I didn't look closely enough at the videos.
Okay.
So we'll gloss over that for the moment. But just know that it's going to be a rolling chassis. It's going to look something like this, and you're going to put the body of your vehicle is just going to sit right on top and plug in.
And I assume that's a universal platform that they made.
Right. So they've already started designing brackets and whatnot to be able to fit this to different bodies. Because someone with like a 1958 Chevrolet might want to put this underneath it, you know? And just the same as somebody with a 2004 Dodge.
Oh, so not just modern trucks. Older trucks.
Anything you want, basically.
I think that's super cool. I think there's an irrational component to this. Yeah, sometimes you need to trade in an old truck because it's just not getting the job done. But a lot of times people just want to buy a new truck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. People just want.
But I think people that are buying this want the performance advantage that this has. So they're buying this more for businesses, right? Mm-hmm. For a fleet or whatever it may be.
Could be, yeah.
It seems less appealing to the average Joe compared to like a business that's like, well, we have to buy a dozen new trucks or we upfit our existing fleet for half the price.
And when you're talking about $60,000, $70,000 a pop and you've got 100 trucks to do,
it adds up.
So this is all pretty up in the air. They just got their second prototype finished. It's a Ram. The Ram started first, but then a customer came in wanting a Land Cruiser. I think it's a 70 series Land Cruiser with a truck bed. And so they had to miniaturize a lot of stuff to get it to fit. And then they were doing some testing with the Land Cruiser, and they couldn't get it to stop doing four-wheel burnouts on the dyno. And it was in testing mode. They weren't like flooring it. They were trying to do throttle mapping and all this other stuff. So then they went out on the road and they took one of their semi-trucks, put a load on it, altogether weighed 100,000 pounds, and then towed that with a 70 series Land Cruiser.
Who needed that?
I don't know. But it's a 70 series Land Cruiser that can tow 100,000. Now, obviously, it's not rated for 100,000 pounds.
Right.
But like it comfortably just took up the slack and left with 100,000 pounds behind it.
Jeez.
And that's their miniaturized version. This is the full size.
For like a heavy duty truck.
Mm-hmm. We haven't talked about their pickup truck kit. This is probably years beyond even the semi-trucks hitting the road. And this feels exactly like we did with Topsy, which was their first prototype semi-truck. And he's like, almost every single component on this truck has now been updated by the time we're done. We've learned so much from this process.
That's going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to happen dozens of times before they get to like a standardized
Right.
platform that doesn't need any more revisions.
I think that probably is one of the things that led to them wanting to just build their own chassis.
Especially if they want to cover multiple generations.
They want to cover basically anything you've got.
So, Scout officially has been delayed to 2028. They cite production delays, of course, tariffs, or whatever it may be, but they're also trying to build their own production facility in South Carolina that I think is going to be something like, $2 billion. So the two vehicles that they're making that have been delayed to 2028 is the Traveler and the Terra. So what you're seeing here is the SUV, that's the Traveler, and then the Terra is the truck. You can kind of think of it similar to Rivian, where the two vehicles are largely similar, just one's an SUV shape and one's a truck shape.
That's a narrow segment. EV, truck, adventure vehicle.
This is proving to be much more capable from an off-roader usability perspective.
Having the generator would do that.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, as I mentioned this previously, but this can come optioned with what they call the Harvester range extender, which is essentially a small 4-cylinder engine near the back of the car that you top off with gas just like you do any other normal gasoline-powered car, and then you're storing, as you mentioned, you're storing your range in gasoline instead of battery capacity, which has a myriad of benefits. But they've since announced that now 90% of their pre-orders have included that Harvester.
Do you think that has something to do with the delay, that they basically have to completely change? It's one thing to go like, oh, we'll have an option and we'll have a production line.
That's all that's been confirmed. What's rumored is that, A, they're fighting with the dealerships. That's part of it.
Yeah, you talked about that.
The dealerships are like, okay, this is clearly no longer strictly an EV, which means you can't sell it directly to customers. And, or B, there's now so few people that want just the electric version that they're early enough in production still that they're like, well, maybe we approach this just from a EREV point of view. Like, instead of trying to make both, we could probably streamline a lot of things by just focusing on one drivetrain. Because if 90+% of people want the Harvester, I mean, at that point, why not just focus on that?
And what is the benefit to them to making the battery electric version?
It started off that way. I think early on, it was only going to be electric.
Let's say they go like, oh, well, we'll at least keep the battery electric as an option. My question is, why?
Why would they drop it? Why would they keep it?
Why would they keep it? One, they know that the market is definitely leaning toward the EREV. What benefit does it provide them? Do they make more money on something that costs them more to get the batteries for and all that? Do they make more money on a battery electric? I doubt it.
I wonder if they're just not wanting to put all their eggs in one basket. Let's say things with the dealership go super south. Then the only thing they can sell are the electric only versions.
Or potentially there's something about regulations and what you have to, maybe the hoops you have to jump through are less for the battery electric and they can get them to market quicker. Maybe that's
why a lot of startups are EVs, because there's just far fewer regulations you have to get through. You get a lot of passes. Been officially delayed, but another company focusing on EREVs. All right, so the Dodge Charger is making somewhat of a comeback. So we don't have official numbers yet, but many dealerships are reporting there is way more enthusiasm and way more interest in the internal combustion version of this Charger than there ever was for the Daytona.
Yeah.
I went to a Dodge dealership recently, and I talked to the guy there, and he said, we have like 2 electric ones on the lot that have been here forever, and we've not ordered any more. We just don't. They sit here. No one buys them, so we're not buying anymore because we know they're just going to sit here. We have 2 here. They've been here forever, and they'll probably sit here forever. But we get these like 6-packs in, and we're already starting to sell way more than we ever sold of the electric versions. Well, both of them, it's an inline 6-cylinder, twin turbocharged. The standard output makes 420 horsepower. The high output makes 550 horsepower in the Charger. So it's a very peppy little engine. It's only 3 liters, but it really gets up and goes. I tested one. I drove it around recently, and for how big it drove much smaller than you think it would. And where they had it parked at the dealership, it was sitting right next to a Challenger, like a wide-body Hellcat Challenger, and it dwarfs it. It's so much bigger. And the Challenger is a big car. but this is so much. It's taller.
It's
wider.
referred to as a land yacht,
It's huge.
and this makes the land yacht look tiny.
Yeah. It makes Challenger look dainty. Some folks are saying they want to see this in a wide body, but it already is a wide body. It is only a 1/10 of an inch shy of needing marker lights for like a heavy duty vehicle.
So it's so wide.
They literally can't make it any wider,
But people are so used to seeing the tacked on,
which I always hated that.
the lick and stick fender flares.
A lot of people are excited about this, the internal combustion version. The 4 doors are just now getting to dealerships, which they got that turned around really quick. The dealership I was at a couple weeks ago said they were going to be months out, but I looked online today and I'm already seeing some of the dealerships.
Great.
Motor Week tested this out, and they really liked it enough that they gave it their Car of the Year award. So this is the second Car of the Year award it's gotten.
How much is Stellantis paying for that?
Right?
That's to get it from Top Gear and
Motor Week.
really?
Yep.
Did you like it? Did you test the standard or the high output?
They only have the high outputs right now.
Okay.
It's quick. It's very quick. You do notice, I think your average Joe may not notice. For someone who knows the backstory of this vehicle and knows it shares its platform with the electric version, I noticed the compromises that were made to get it to also work for internal combustion. One of them being you sit really high. You feel more like you're in a smaller crossover, ride height wise. Now, for some people, they like that. They don't like having to like sit down into a car. However, the sill, when you get in and out, is massive. It's super wide. I imagine that's something to do with the packaging, but yeah, you have to step over. It even says like no step on it because like it's a bit of a journey to go from inside to outside of the car. And what I look for in a big American muscle car, if it sounded like a V8, I would probably like it a lot more because then it can be big and dumb and it's fine.
Yeah, there's something about it being a V8 where you're like, I'm dumb and I like it. Like,
Yeah.
woo.
It's not trying to pretend to be something it's not.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It's the same thing that Logan pointed out a long time ago. There's something uncool about the Santa Cruz where you're like, well, actually, it tows a little bit more than the Maverick. And that's what this feels like compared to the V8 version. I think that there's something uncool about going, well, the 6 cylinders got more power. There's something just less cool about having to explain it. No one needs to explain a big, dumb V8.
Yeah.
We all get it.
Yep. Especially when speed and acceleration have been so democratized. Like anyone can have it now. In a used Model 3 with 150,000 miles will be faster than any car you've previously had, most likely. It does, the high output does 0 to 60 in 3.9, but the important thing about that is it will do that consistently, being all-wheel drive. Whereas, yeah, the Hellcat technically might have a slightly better 0 to 60, but in the real world, you're at a stoplight, you're not on a prepped surface, your tires are maybe 3/4 of the way through their lifespan, the surface imperfections in the road, whatever. You don't have time to swap out race fuel and put skinny tires on the front. In the real world, this thing will leave a Hellcat in the dust. This is just going to constantly be zooming past Hellcats all day long. But it's not as fun. It's just not as fun. I have more fun driving my car, my 72 CUDA, that has half the horsepower of this thing and gets that power to the ground much less efficiently.
Is that your final verdict on this car until we get more information or more engine options, more things coming down the pipe?
If you're looking at something like this, honestly, I would buy a very lightly used 2023 Charger Scat Pack and enjoy that for the next 5 or 6 years. Then when they do come out with the V8 version of this, then step into that.
If they're going to do that, here's my thought on their strategy. I think they need to make a come to Jesus kind of press launch and go, so many of our loyal customers that really care about this brand went to their limits to buy these Hemi versions of these cars. Obviously, a lot's changed. And we have plenty of people who are also Hemi-loving, V8-loving Americans that would happily go down in horsepower to get their V8 back. We're going to have the option of having a Hemi again. We want you to know that that Hemi is coming. And you give people a heads up. Because if you just show up one day and you go, Hemi's back, buy it now. No one that bought one will forgive them. People want the Hemi, and people bought the Hemi. And those two people are in conflict now. And they're both Dodge customers that we want to help.
I don't see them doing that.
No, me either.
honestly, that's not a very good business strategy, because if you
Well, yeah,
tell
'cause then they
people,
wouldn't buy the 6-cylinder until then.
Dodge needs to be making money right now. If you want the Hemis down the road, we need people buying these cars now.
That's true.
Because if no one buys these and people stop buying the Durango, they've already stopped selling the Hornet, Chrysler's down to one car. If we say, hey, the Hemi's coming, and everyone stops buying anything with a Chrysler badge on it, we'll never get a Hemi because they won't be able to sell anything.
That's true.
They have to do this delicate dance where they leak just enough so that the diehard enthusiasts continue to have brand loyalty, knowing that there's a chance a V8 will come back. But the masses will continue to buy these 6-cylinder vehicles.
Yeah.
Which is what has happened, apparently. Mopar insiders recently reported that their sources within Dodge have said the Hellcat is coming, officially. I mean, officially, anonymously, it's coming. But it's not coming for a while. Apparently, they're waiting for the mid-cycle refresh of this car to put in the Hellcat, and it will be a Hellcat.
So that's in 4 years?
Well, in Dodge time,
Dodge time.
maybe 10 years? No. It's rumored 2028 or 2029.
I hope they don't change much. I love the way this thing looks.
If I had to pick, they need to shorten the wheelbase for the two-door. Mm-hmm. They also need to bring the C-pillar more forward and let that deck be longer and flatter. It cuts down too much. The hood is the worst part, though. Where it goes straight right in front of those mirrors, it needs to keep going straight. I know this curve down is more for efficiency reasons for the EV version that this shares. They got to do away with that. It's got to be flat. Flat. I should be able to take a ruler to it. Mm-hmm. A straight edge. Completely flat to the front. They kind of cheated a little bit by squaring off the very tip of the front, but it still doesn't look quite right. It needs to be completely flat.
I agree those things would improve it. I still really like the way this looks.
And honestly, it is one of those that looks better in person. Mm-hmm. If you like the way it looks and you haven't seen it in person, you'll like it even more, honestly.
Go buy the 6-cylinder, please.
Yeah. Honestly, we need people buying the 6-cylinder if we ever want to see a Hemi.
Yeah. Your donation today.
Yeah.
We need the Sarah McLachlan music.
For just $1,000 a month. Yeah, so I don't envy those in Dodge having to make decisions right now because you're right. They don't want to piss off their most loyal customers. But frankly, they need to make money if they want to do anything, if they want to just exist.
Yeah, they're not actually in business to make cars. They're in business to make money. So,
well, and they don't have 100 other cars they could be selling right now.
Right. It's
this
basically
is it.
this.
This is it.
Yeah. All their eggs are in this basket.
Yeah, this and the Durango.
But the Durango is long in the tooth, and they don't have the money to do that. They don't have the money to refresh that or make a new one.
They said they're building a new Durango, but that it's not coming anytime soon. They said the current generation Durango is going to go through 2028 minimum.
And that started in 2011.
Yeah. 17 years. It's crazy. Yep. Speaking of Chrysler, the Pacifica, these are pictures that Chrysler themselves have released to kind of preview what the facelifted Pacifica looks like. From what I understand, this is not a ground-up new generation of Pacifica. This is mostly a facelift.
I mean, the hood's even the same.
You may be wondering, okay, why is this even worth talking about? It's a facelift on a minivan. This is important because this is the only vehicle Chrysler sells, and if this is the design language they're going for how long Chrysler keeps their vehicles around, this is going to be what Chryslers look like for the next 10 plus years. Because they use the same styling on the Pacifica they used on the 200 and the 300, shared some of the same cues.
You're assuming Chrysler will be around.
I did say in a previous episode, I think Chrysler will exist as long as the Pacifica exists.
Do they make enough money to be able to make a whole other car, market it, develop it?
Well, the problem is, in this segment, the competition has increased quite a bit. Its competitors have received a lot of updates since this vehicle has.
It was pretty great when it first came out.
Yeah. Frankly, I don't actually like the way this looks very much at all.
It is very Hyundai. I do like the new Chrysler badge, but it is very Hyundai.
Yeah, it's minimalist, but I mean, it's like, again, this is a brand without any direction, without any identity.
I wish Chrysler's fate was different. I wish Dodge's fate was different.
Yeah, I've been waiting to hear what Chrysler's CEO has to say about
The what's her name?
Chris Fuel.
Oh, yeah.
But she left, so she's gone. This happened like 2 or 3 days ago. Stepped
Nice.
away for Personal reasons.
Like not wanting to be associated with the company.
That's it. Just personal reasons. Said she stepped away. So now Matt McClear, who's the CEO of Dodge, is now heading Chrysler.
Well, it's not a big job if they only have one car.
He's handling all of their cars, all one of them.
So between Dodge and Chrysler, he's managing 3 cars.
Yeah. And he's managing Alfa Romeo North America.
So he's managing 3 cars.
Yeah. It's a tough time to be a Mopar fan at the moment.
Life is made up of easy times and tough times. And I'm waiting on the easy times now.
All right, moving on to our speed rounds.
Something less depressing, please.
Yeah. First up, 20 questions. And this is you quizzing me.
Okay, so I've got 20 questions. You need to guess what I'm thinking of. Go.
Is it a North American vehicle, like sold in North America?
Correct. Yes, it has been sold in North America.
Has it been sold in Europe?
Yes.
Is it primarily manufactured in North America?
No.
Is it still on sale?
No.
Could you buy it new after the year 2000?
Yes.
Was it primarily manufactured in Europe?
Yes.
Is its base price under $30K?
No.
Is its base price over $100K?
No.
Does this have more than 3 doors?
No.
Is this considered a sporty car?
Yes.
Could it be had with a V8?
No.
Could it be had with more than 8 cylinders?
No.
Is its parent company British?
No.
Is its parent company German?
No.
It's a sporty car built in Europe, but not in Germany or UK. Starting price over $30K, under $100K. Sold after the year 2000, but not sold anymore. It's a sporty car with less than 8 cylinders.
I'll tell you that country and brand is going to narrow this down a lot for you. So,
Is it Italian?
yeah.
Is it under Fiat?
Yeah.
Is it Alfa Romeo?
Yeah.
Is it the 4C?
It is.
Nice.
You got it. Alpha 4C, 1.75 liter engine.
Is turbocharged, you said?
Turbocharged, yeah. Heavily turbocharged. Doesn't come with a manual. Never came with a manual. Seems like such a shame. One of the coolest things about this car is it's so wide.
Wow.
I've walked around this thing. It's very weird.
Huh.
When you look at it like this, you can tell the door isn't long and the wheel's right there.
And that's the back. That's the end of the car.
That's the end of the car. So it's that there's nothing sticking out in front of the front wheel and there's nothing sticking out behind the back wheel. And it's super wide.
Wow.
It's within 100 pounds of the Mazda Miata. It's got a
It's that
4-cylinder.
light. Wow.
This is 2480. The Miata's 2360. Then it also hit me, wait a minute. This is an entirely carbon fiber vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And the Miata still, with a folding metal hardtop, still undercuts it in weight.
The Miata's smaller, though. The Miata's not nearly that wide.
No, it's probably like 8 inches narrower.
Yeah.
It's a way narrower. But a carbon fiber supercar looking thing is still heavier. And it's only got 50 more horsepower. A couple of modifications, I could pick up 50 horsepower.
Yeah.
And
So
then
you basically drive a 4C, is what you're saying.
No, I wouldn't step down to that. I drive a Miata. All right. No. But then I was like, the reason these didn't sell is who's going to buy. The cheapest starting price it had was 63 at the base model for the earliest one.
For a 4-cylinder with no manual option.
4-cylinder automatic vehicle, 63. And then for the 2020, the last model year, the top of the line special edition, whatever, started at 79.
That's such a weird choice, because if you're buying ostensibly a sports car with 4 cylinders, that means you're looking to have a good time.
Right.
You don't care that it's not
A V8.
a V8 or a V10 or a V12. You're looking to enjoy just the act of driving it.
Would you like to get a carbon fiber tubbed sports car? Yeah. Would you like it to be a 4-cylinder automatic?
Weird choice.
Yeah. And apparently at low speeds, the DCT in this is not well tuned. So if you're around town, you get a lot of thud. But when you start thrashing it, it comes alive like nothing else.
Yeah, it sounds Italian.
Yeah.
Very Italian. Awesome.
So I would really rather have a Miata. And then if you factor in price, I could have 3 for that.
Yeah.
Cover cars.
Cover cars. So I'm going to show you a picture of a car from a piece of media. This could be a video game or a movie or TV show. You tell me what this car was featured on. Ferrari Testarossa.
Testarossa. Is this Hawaii 5.0?
It might be. It wasn't the one I was thinking of. That actually might. That might be. Might be. We talked about this car previously being on Outrun, the video game.
Yeah.
Somebody commented because you had given a guess and I said no, and the person said, actually, it was on the cover of one of those.
Oh, Need for Speed?
Mm-hmm.
This is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the first one?
This is the very first game, and it was back then it was called The Need for Speed. And if you look at the side, I had said, this is from a video game, and you said Need for Speed, and I said no, and someone commented, actually.
They're like, hey, dummy.
It actually was, in fact, on Need for Speed, so I stand corrected. You were right.
I knew it. That's pretty cool, though.
1994, cool. The Need for Speed. 4, originally, the 3DO.
I don't even know what that is.
It was an Electronic Arts product.
As a console?
Yeah.
Jeez.
But they outsourced they kind of had a blueprint, and then other companies made, I think Philips was the most popular one that made it, but several other companies made one, and they had different form factors. And if I'm not mistaken, they were like $700 back in 1994, which is like $2,000 or more by today's standards. So they eventually did release support for PC and PlayStation and all that. But yeah, you were right. Testarossa was on Need for Speed, the very first Need for Speed game.
That's cool.
This game only had 8
got a
cars.
Diablo there too, huh?
Yeah, 8 licensed cars and 3 tracks. That's it. And it was
Need for some speed.
Mm-hmm. Next up, what was this the cover for?
Need for Speed the movie.
Yeah, Need for Speed the movie.
The Hood Scoops give it away.
Yep, with Aaron Paul, 2014.
Yeah, it's got that Koenigsegg in the background.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was a modified GT500. The lore in this movie was it was the last Shelby that Carroll Shelby had created before he passed. And Carroll Shelby had passed away in like 2 years prior to this. So it was like they worked with Ford, and Ford gave them a GT500 and a handful of GTs. I think it looks great. I think it's pretty cool.
I remember watching this movie, but I haven't seen it since it came out, so I can't go like, oh, that was a good movie, or that wasn't good, because I remember seeing it 2014. I would have been 20 at the time, so I remember it being fine.
I mean, it's everything you want from just a
popcorn flick, as they call them.
A car movie. Yeah. All
cool.
right. Next up, 73 Chevy Chevelle Malibu. I have not seen this movie. I was curious if you had seen it. Oh, I guess I gave it away. It's a movie.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a movie. Blues Brothers?
More recent than that.
I don't know.
It was the movie Drive
with
Ryan Gosling.
I've never seen it.
You know, it's funny, in some of the posters, they actually use a Plymouth, even though a Plymouth was never in the movie.
That's funny.
And he, if I'm not mistaken, one of two things happened. I've seen conflicting reports. Either he took the car after the movie with filmed wrapping, he still has that car, or he had the car previous to the movie and they just used the car for the movie. But either way, he still owns that Chevelle Malibu.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one. I've got a cover car for you, though. Is that what's coming up next?
That is what's next.
Okay. So I'm going to show Mason a car, and he's got to guess what cover it was on, or at least strongly associated with a piece of media. Eliminator Hot Rod. That's actually what it's called.
What brand is that? Is it a brand or is it a...
It was a custom one-off. It might have started as something specific. I don't know what it was.
What is that graphic on the side?
It's yellow and black stripes.
Is it stripes or is it letters? I think I know what it is.
What is it?
Is this the ZZ Top, Sharp Dressed Man, whatever? I don't know the name of the album, but what's the name of the album?
Eliminator.
Oh, Eliminator. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm shocked you got that.
Yeah.
Way to go. I am so surprised.
I recognize the stripe.
Yeah.
On the side.
Isn't that cool, though? Isn't that such a cool car?
Yeah, I was like, that looks like the
ZZ
ZZ
Top,
Top.
yeah.
But then I was like, oh, there's a hot rod on the front.
Yeah. I'm so impressed you got that. And
I
this
wouldn't
is
have gotten the car. It's the graphic
this is
that gave it away.
pretty subtle. As graphics go, this is pretty subtle. I was sure you were going to miss it. I'm really impressed that you got that.
It stuck out right away. You know why it stuck out? Because I have 2 songs from that album on my cruising playlist.
Oh, so you see that album cover.
I see it all the time.
The album is Eliminator, and this is the Eliminator Hot Rod. I don't know what it started life as, but it was customized to look like this.
Were it not for the graphic, I would not have gotten it.
Well, good for you, dude. That was impressive.
Nice. That's cool.
All right, what do we got next? Recognize this, Mason? The point of this is you're going to see a crashed vehicle or otherwise damaged, burned, whatever. You're going to see a picture of it, and you have to see if you can recognize what it was originally before it was crashed. Starting with the easiest, and we'll get harder from there.
Okay.
All right. What do you think this car is?
Durango.
But it was crashed. Can't you see?
We had a white Durango just like that, and I crashed it harder than that.
So I think you got it. Well, let's do the reveal. It was a white Durango.
Oof.
It's a pretty ugly car looking back on it.
I thought it was so cool at the time.
I know, me too.
Oof.
This is the very first car I drove.
Yeah.
You took me out to drive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2006 Durango. All right. Next one. What is that? This is an actual car. Not. I know it looks AI generated based on like the lighting. It just looks weird.
It's like way too crisp.
Yeah.
It's an Enzo.
That is an Enzo. 2004 Ferrari Enzo. Okay. Now we're going to get a little bit harder. What was that?
You should ask Logan.
That's Logan's favorite car.
It's a Honda Pilot.
Okay. So I managed to find pictures of the same
Profile. Okay.
There's a 2015 Honda Pilot.
All right.
Next one.
Is that a Ford GT?
That is a Ford GT. Way to go. You got that quick.
The stripes and the mirrors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it away.
And then next picture.
Oh, and the exhaust.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ford GT.
Yeah. It's a striking car.
There's very few cars I describe as achingly beautiful. This is one of them.
Really? I find this striking. I don't find it as beautiful. I like an Alfa Romeo GTV. Okay.
All right.
Next one.
You're going to think I saw this ahead of time, but I think I recognize that taillight shape.
Okay.
Is this a Mini Cooper?
That's exactly why I got this right.
Is that because of the taillight?
Yeah.
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 Way to go. That's the one I showed Tisha, and she's like, I have no idea what that is.
I didn't think I would, but I saw the taillight, and I'm like, that's pretty unique.
Yeah. Way to go.
Kids fit.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but apparently they do.
Everyone's fine.
If you shove them in the backseat of your Mini Cooper with enough force.
And it'll light it on fire. Guess that car.
Okay.
Guess that car. So
Okay.
I'm going to show you a picture of a zoomed-in car. You can ask a couple of yes or no questions, and I will zoom out a little bit until you figure out what it is.
That's an RX-7.
Jeez. Is it that easy?
I just have stared at the RX-7 a lot.
Well, you are a Mazda guy. I
Yeah.
should have known that. It's like the Miata. If the Miata was
That's
actually
the
cool.
FD RX-7. Stop it.
Yeah, that's cool. Those taillights are neat.
Yeah.
All right, next up. What's this car?
I mean, that's a Cybertruck.
Yeah. Do you know what part we're looking at, though?
That's the thing next to the tailgate. That's the little brake light.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But this is the concept one because that's... Oh, no, because that's... Yeah, that's the concept.
Yeah.
Because the it's square in the back on the production one.
Yeah. It's flat. That's true. Yeah. All right.
Chrysler Crossfire?
Jeez. Yeah. I thought I was way too zoomed in on that one. Holy cow.
Yeah. I like that car, too. I don't like the silver windshield bezel, but...
I like it for the most part. This like half circle shape in the back. Eh.
Nah, I think that's cool. It's different.
It's different.
It's not the same thing. But you know what? That same shape on the F-Type, people love it.
It's not quite the same.
We'll look at... I know it's not quite the same, but we'll look at pictures. You'll be surprised how close it is.
You better not ruin that car for me because I like the way that car looks.
If you look at it and think of...
If you're right, it means I can't like that car anymore. I'm not going to suddenly like the Crossfire more. I'll just be like, dang it.
Now I have to hate more things. All right. guess that car from the zoomed in picture. This is a zoomed in photo. I will give you a zoomed in, a mid photo, and then zoom all the way out. So go ahead.
Durango.
Yep. 2006 Dodge Durango. Okay, that was pretty zoomed in. I was like, he's going to know this.
I know it because they updated those headlights, and I desperately wanted the new headlights, not the ones we had.
I had to find the picture of the year we had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one is hard. These ones are not easy.
Is this the Saab 9.3?
It's not a 9.3.
Saab 4?
5.
9.5, okay. I don't know Saabs very well. But hey, I knew it was a Saab.
It's very similar to the Scion TC look.
It is.
Except it's 4 doors.
All right.
All right, this one, even more obscure than the Saab.
This is that weird Subaru SUV.
Well, you have a mid photo if you want to look at it.
Yeah. This is I don't know the name. I know it's just a weird looking Subaru SUV with like a triangular shaped center grille piece. Yeah.
It is the Subaru B9 Tribeca.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a video about vehicle facelifts, and the guy was like, okay, now's the point of the video where I have to tell you if you have a weak stomach. I'm about to show the Tribeca. So everybody be ready. Here it comes.
I mean, I don't know the name, but
I'm impressed. I didn't think you were going to get that.
I knew it was this ugly. I knew exactly what car it was. I just didn't know what the
this
name
sticks
was.
in your mind, not for a good reason, but
Yeah.
it does stay. It stays like the taste after you vomit, and you just can't get that stomach acid taste out of your mouth. This sticks in your brain that same way.
Yeah. Yeah, exact same thing.
All right, what's the next one? What do you got?
Is it Chinese?
No, it's sold in the American market.
And this is the hood up top, right?
Yep.
And the fog lights down
I took a
low?
picture of the same spot on all of these cars. I don't know if you noticed the
Okay.
passenger side headlight.
Passenger side headlight. So this is okay. So there's a little bit of cladding there in front of the wheel.
You will absolutely know it on the next photo, so try and get a good guess in.
Oh, this is the Cross, the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Yeah.
I think it's the only car they sell in the U.S. now.
Yeah. That's real fun too. Why are you showing me all these ugly cars?
I know.
Come on, man. All right. Who did it best?
Okay.
I'm going to show you some people unfairly use the word cheap knockoff. I say creative interpretation of.
This is like two girls wear the same dress, and you go, who wore it better?
Exactly. That's exactly what
This
it
is who wore it better, but car edition?
Well, first tell me what you think it might be imitating,
Okay.
allegedly, and which one you think.
So which one's the Chinese one is what you're saying?
One of these is Chinese.
Okay.
I think they're all Asian, though. Toyota
That's
Mega
the-
Cruiser.
That's the Toyota version of the Hummer, because they were bidding for that same contract.
They were?
Them and the Lamu 2 and
Lamborghini. Yeah, can you imagine having
whoever makes the Hummer, I forget.
a fleet of Lamborghinis out in the middle of the desert?
All breaking down
Yeah.
with their 12 Weber carburetors.
Yeah, that would have been...
Yeah, they're
Great.
flow through individual throttle bodies. Yeah, that would have.
In a lot of ways, this is actually better than the Hummer because it is longer than a Land Cruiser, taller than a Land Rover Defender, and wider than a dually F-150, but it has a turning circle smaller than a Corolla.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about maneuverability on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Imagine how much more they would have preferred this in the urban warfare of Iraq.
Oh, yeah, instead of having to make like a 10-point
27
turn while you're under fire.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare. Yeah. So which one did you prefer?
Yeah,
That?
but then both sides are using Toyotas.
Was that meme like my tax dollars somehow also my tax dollars?
Yeah.
So which one would you have? Would you have the
The H1 Alpha has just got some place in my heart. It's so much cool. Look at the tires on that. So much cooler. I think I'd take the Alpha. No, I'd take the Toyota.
just from a rarity perspective, it'd
Yeah.
be cool. They only made 3,000 of them.
Okay, so
The Mahindra Thar.
the Mahindra Thar.
Take a good long look at it. I want you to try to figure out what you think it might be trying to imitate. It's a bit of a stretch.
I think that 7-slot grill makes me think Toyota Century. Obviously, this is supposed to be a mix between the Suzuki Jimny and the Wrangler, but with the round headlights and the shape of the hood and the latches at the front of the hood, and even like the bracing around the back of the hood where it meets the windshield, like that is straight Wrangler.
Yeah. It's very close to the Wrangler.
Except it's like 60% the size.
It's actually decently sized. It's much cheaper. It's not as capable, but it is not a cheap knockoff. The story is actually a little more complicated. So Mahindra licensed and built CJs back in the 40s and 50s and 60s, or Willys Jeeps. And then throughout the 50s through the 70s, they created CJs, built them and licensed them through Jeep. They then were allowed to evolve on that platform into their own vehicle. So they had a Thar that came out in 2010 and then a facelifted second generation in 2020. So because they're starting from the same spot and because they've previously licensed these vehicles before, they can get really close to the line of making something that looks scarily close to a Wrangler. So,
Yeah, well, that makes sense because it looks a lot like a Wrangler.
yeah.
All right, what's the next one?
The GWM Tank 300.
The headlights thing, I make me think Tank 300. The headlights make me think of a Bronco.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks a little bit like a Bronco.
Yeah. Except, again, much smaller.
Significantly smaller.
It looks like the size of a
Bronco Sport, almost.
Renegade.
Yeah. Did you know they sell a Bronco Sport in China that is electric only? Ford does.
I didn't know that.
I was trying to figure out like a clever way to add that to a segment, but yeah. Did you know?
No.
They sell an electric only Ford Bronco Sport in
I had
China.
no idea.
All right.
Blind ranking.
Blind ranking. Rank these 5 cars 1 to 5 without knowing what comes next. The category is Saab concept cars. It's so funny we're talking about Saab this good.
Yeah.
All right.
Why does... Oh, that's cool.
Saab 9X.
Little shooting break. That's why you guessed the Saab 9X?
Yeah. So this is from 2001. They said it's a combination of a coupe, a roadster, a station wagon, and a pickup. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got an aluminum 3-liter turbo V6 making 300 horsepower.
This seems so dumb.
So what would you rank it?
5.
Oh, okay.
That tells me there's some really bad ones coming up. Never mind. 3. I recant.
All right. 3. Next, the Aero X.
That's cool. Obviously, the front end, this black A-pillar, the shape of the grille, the way it's split from the headlights, this lent itself to the 9.5. I'm seeing a lot of 9.5 in this. Very cool. I liked the 9.5. I like the way this looks. I'm going to call that 1.
This is pretty cool. It's from 2006. Got a twin turbo, 2.8 liter V6 making 400 horsepower, 0 to 60 under 5 seconds, and it can run on up to 100% ethanol.
Yeah, good, because I have a lot of that laying around.
Yeah. Well, this is 2000s where we thought ethanol was the next big thing.
Yeah.
If you look at the door and you see that crease in the hood near the windshield, that entire thing comes up and forward.
Oh, like a
whole
pod.
windshield and both front doors. They're not doors. It's all one shell piece that comes up and forward. Very much concept car.
Yeah. You're telling me that Saab over-engineered something? I'm shocked.
All right. So what do you say this was?
1.
1. Okay. The 9X Bio Hybrid.
4.
This is from 2008. It has cameras instead of rear view mirrors, you can see, which is pretty innovative for 2008. Runs on E85, 1.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder with 200 horsepower, and uses active aero. So it's actually got like a rear spoiler that can move. So the EV1.
Really?
It was not an EV.
But it was called the EV1.
Before GM made an EV1.
I was going to say, this is pre GM's EV1.
What's cool about this, though, is from 1985, and it uses carbon fiber. 1985.
Jeez.
Carbon fiber weaved plastic. It was fully functional and roadworthy, and there's a turbo 4-cylinder with 285 horsepower. So you have 2 and 5 left.
Is it an EV turbo 4-cylinder?
No. Has nothing to do with EV.
That's funny. Okay. It has vaguely the same shape as an EV1, which is funny.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to call that 2.
Okay. And finally, Saab Phoenix.
Oh, gosh. This looks like early AI.
Rear view mirror type things kind of swoop around and become a spoiler.
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's a comfortable 5.
AI hallucination. So there's actually scissor doors. On some angles, actually, I don't think it looks too bad. It's a hybrid all-wheel drive from 2011. It's got a 1.6-liter BMW turbo inline 4-cylinder making 200 horsepower with a 6-speed manual. But by the time they showed this off, Saab was bankrupt.
So glad they spent the money on all these concept cars.
Yeah, right?
Okay, what do you got next?
Another blind ranking.
Okay.
All right, so rank these cars 1 to 5 without knowing what comes next. The category is secondhand sports cars.
Okay.
So rank these on how much you would recommend one of these vehicles as a
Okay.
as a
Let me just
sporty
start.
car.
Is one of them a Miata?
Let's find out.
Are all of them Miatas?
Let's find out.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. Saturn Sky Redline.
That's pretty cool.
Someone corrected us. You said Pontiac had the GXP and Saturn didn't have a GXP,
All right. They had the red line.
but they actually did. It was the red line.
But there was even less of these
Was there?
than the GXP. I would
Yeah.
guess there is because you never hear of these. I always have loved the way the Saturn Sky looks. Way better than the
Solstice.
Solstice.
So what do you rank it?
It's pretty heavy for what you get. But it's not bad. That's pretty cool. I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
The MGTF. Isn't this Chinese now?
Might be.
Yeah.
This is from 2011, I believe.
Knowing it's made by MG, it probably won't make it out of that parking spot before breaking down. So I'm going to give that a 5.
Okay. All right.
Boxster 986, that's going to be a 2 for sure. Those are so much fun for the money.
Yeah, you can pick those up super cheap.
Yeah. MR2 Spider, those are fun and light.
Rear engine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, mid-engine, but
Mid-engine,
yeah. They're not quick, and they suffer from cowl shake pretty aggressively. You see how thin the cowl is around the windshield? Yeah. That would be why.
Can't imagine it's very safe in a rollover either.
Yeah. There's a reason that this came and went and the Miata is still around.
Yeah.
I'm going to say a 4. I would have probably put it at a 3, but I'm going to say 4.
So you have a 3 left?
I have a 1 left.
You have 1 left. Okay.
I'm hoping it's a Miata.
Out of all of these, that means you're number 1 out of this group at least. Is that S2000?
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
All right. Dope or nope? Okay, so I'm going to show you things. You got to tell me if you like them or you don't.
Okay.
And you'll sense a theme pretty quickly.
Okay.
So, first one. The 918 Spider
Dope.
chimney top exhaust.
So dope. So cool.
Yeah.
Especially when there's like flames coming out of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so
Could you
cool.
imagine sitting there and hearing it go just growling like it wants to eat you? Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah,
Okay.
dope. All day.
All right. The staggered exhaust on the ISF.
No.
Not at all.
It looks aftermarket.
Yes, that's my issue with it. It looks non-factory.
Which some aftermarket things look good, but this looks like an aftermarket thing that doesn't look good.
Right.
Yeah. You know what would have been cool is like a shape that filled that whole space better. I feel like that would look better.
Oh, yeah, just like a bigger single one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look way better. I would say the list of aftermarket parts that look good is vanishingly small.
Only the ones you bought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say dope. Or nope. Nope.
No.
Definitely nope.
Okay, next one. Do you see what I called it?
HDMI exhaust. Yeah. This is more like
Sexually arousing.
yeah. No, there is now I'm struggling to think of it, but there is a port that looks just like that. That's not HDMI.
Oh, okay.
I'll add it later.
Okay.
This has my heart. I've loved the look of this. This is LP640 specifically.
Yes, it is the LP640 specifically. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It looks so good.
Look at how fat those tires are.
Lamborghinis have slowly started to reveal more and more and more of the rear of the tire.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah,
Oh my
the new
gosh.
Temerario just spitting gravel at everyone behind you.
I mean, hey, if you can keep up with one of those new Lambos to be close enough to be getting hit with gravel, then you're driving
I can't
a
believe
Koenigsegg or something.
that you can option the entry-level Lambo over 400,000 or even 500,000 depending on the option.
I mean,
For
that's what this costs.
For the baby Lambo. No, this one costs like 300 at the time. The LP640, what was considered absurd for even the supercar market is now $100+
Entry-level.
$1,000 less than the entry-level Lambo.
that now has a V8 instead of a
V10. 10,000 RPM though.
Yeah, that's cool. But you don't hear it that much because of the turbos. All right.
The Regera blown diffuser exhaust. Have you seen this? There's 3 exhaust pipes.
Oh, I see them. I did not know that.
Yes, they shoot flames vertically.
I can assume there's a
Aerodynamic reason.
highly sophisticated engineering purpose for them to be shaped like that. If this were anyone else, I'd be like, okay, they're just doing something weird. But
Right,
knowing
Christian von Koenigsegg.
There's probably a very good reason why they have to be shaped like that.
Right. Absolutely. They're an engineering first mindset for their company. That's why I love Koenigsegg so much. But Christian von Koenigsegg, he would not. He's a guy who loves something that's just cool to be cool, but he wouldn't give up performance to make something cool.
If you're anyone else, I'd say nope, but I'm gonna say dope.
True side exit exhaust.
Yeah. Even though you'll burn your calves every time you get in and out of the car, but you'll look cool doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Dope.
Okay. Side exit question mark?
Probably the hardest nope that I can muster.
Yeah, how much do you hate that?
That's awful.
With the clear plastic fishbowl spoiler.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Is that a spoiler? That looks like an air brake.
It does look like an air brake.
That's like in the fully on position.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say no and...
No and go away.
Yeah, next. I'm done.
Stacks.
No.
You know what the purpose of stacks is?
So you don't blow smoke in people's faces?
It's so you don't cover your big trailer with diesel smoke.
So it goes up and over.
Right. Except that, one, you're not towing a trailer like that with a regular pickup truck, especially not a freaking 2500. And two, those aren't nearly tall enough to accomplish that goal.
Yeah, but it's meant to try to make it look like a semi, to give it a more performant appearance.
Yeah, no. Hard no for me.
It's not for me. Some people want to do it to their car.
This falls in the same category as stancing your car to me. This is like the lowest of the low.
See, I don't agree. This is something that someone chose to do to their own vehicle. Doesn't do it for me, whatever. This went through iterations with multiple people and then sold it. Not the audacity to take money from people and give them that. That offends me deeply. I'm like, this guy does that to his truck. Okay, whatever. Sure. I don't like it, but he can like what people can like what they want. Whatever. Mm-hmm. He's not taking money from someone. Anyway, ask me how I really feel.
Yeah.
Quiz time. Got a couple quiz questions for you.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, this quiz question is officially our 100th quiz question.
Really?
This one right here.
Very cool.
Yeah. Do you think we'd done that many?
No.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I keep count of all of our segment numbers.
Oh, yeah. Part whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not just making it up. I actually have numbered them.
We have 18 part 45s.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not to say I'm without mistake, but I've made a conscious effort to number them. So, yeah, this is our 100th quiz question.
Very cool.
What video game did the car magazine Road and Track help develop?
What video game?
You
Forza Motorsport?
Well, here's some options. Forza, Gran Turismo, Sega GT, or Need for Speed.
I'm going to say Forza.
It was
Really?
Need for Speed.
Road and Track I think of as more like serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it started as. I showed you this earlier, but I intentionally cropped it out. The actual name of this game was Road and Track Presents The Need for Speed. It's the actual name of the game.
I see.
That's what it was called. Road and Track Presents The Need for Speed.
Very cool.
So it was EA worked with Road and Track to get the noises on the cars right and worked with people there who are experts in how these cars should drive. And there were only 8 cars at the time in the game.
Yeah.
So they consulted with them and I guess as part of their arrangement, Road and Track got to put their name on it.
Wow.
Only for this game. They never did it again.
They didn't know that they were putting their name on what would eventually be the video game equivalent of the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah. All right. When was the first electric VW Golf made? Without showing you the options yet, what are you thinking?
Well, I know that the e-Golf came out in 2013,
2014, I think.
14.
But was that the first one?
I would assume no, purely because you're asking the question. I don't have any other information to offer. Because it could be this is offered for sale by the manufacturer.
I will say it's not a one-off. And it depends. I'll accept two of these possible answers.
Okay.
I'm going off the earlier one, though.
Okay, so it's not 2014. I'm going to say, I mean, even in 93, it would have all been lead-acid batteries. So these are all basically the same as far as battery tech is concerned. All 12-volt lead-acid batteries, probably in series. I have no idea. Let's say 89.
First one, 76.
Wow.
It was the 1976 Volkswagen Electro Golf.
Wow, that's cool.
This never was sold in 76, but they did make 20 of them and drove them around, the employees did, for 10 years in regular traffic. They used them regularly.
They never sold them.
They didn't sell them till, or 89. Sorry, 89.
So they 13 years, the same models, or like they made new ones?
No, they made new ones.
Okay. I was gonna
But it wasn't really different than these, which they made in 76.
Right.
That they drove, again, they drove in regular traffic, drove to and from work.
Same Mark 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I say 76, technically they weren't sold, but they had made several of them and used them regularly for a decade. And then eventually sold them in 89. Then there was a second generation, which was the other date, 93. That's when the second generation of the Electro Golf came out. Marginal improvements, but then eventually we got the E-Golf. Yeah, I'm 76.
Yeah. Cool. Is that all we got?
That's all we got.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
All right. Well, thanks for joining, everyone. We will catch you in the next one.
Bye.